I think I'm live. Well, got the updated description, so that's good. I think it saved. New description. YouTube, you boys, such a pain. Yep, alright. That's good, everything looks good. Hello everyone, Multi-Dark Samus is here, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Apollo Justice, where we might have reached the ending, uncertain due to the new stream times and everything. I guess I'll go ahead and do the disclaimer. Any and all spoilers will result in an instant ban. That ban will be revoked at the end of the game. However, multi-offenders, so anyone who sends a spoiler during any later games, if I've noted that they send a spoiler during this game, will be permanent ban until either the end of the Ace Attorney series as a whole, or for all of eternity. Again, I haven't decided. So with all of that out of the way, let's jump back into this now. Here's the recap as I remember it. I completed the case from 7 years prior and unlocked the Mason system, which allows me to jump between past and present playing as Phoenix Wright for some reason. And I don't really know. We're trying to show off information, I think? I don't really know what's going on. But if I recall correctly, right, I left off in the middle of an examination. I should stop playing Trilogy. Maybe that's the problem, is I just get everything mixed up. Wait. So, Shady Smith wasn't killed in that case, or was he? No, I'm pretty sure that it was Shady Smith. The wandering dude bro, no actual job. Well then. I don't think I have anything to prove yet. I just reminded myself of the time when Phoenix Wright looked at the art and was like, I've been in here so many times, and I've never really taken the time to appreciate this art. I'm going to appreciate it now. Yeah, this art sucks. Just some great stuff. Oh. So this is the original page that was torn out. The goddamn diary. I'm really confused. So if this is present, is this present as in right before Phoenix Wright's trial at the beginning of Apollo Justice? Is this present as in after? Okay, that's what I figured because I'm well, now you've confirmed that this is the guy who died in the first case. Oh. That silence was meant to be taken as a I figured something out. This is the letter that was given to us to be opened at an undetermined time. Well then. Wait, Brushel is a notified surgery? I had to go all out. If I was going to make the mistake, I had to make the mistake. Certified notary, and I don't know how I got the word surgery. God, I hate this guy. That's what that is. It's been 7 years, which means that he's declared legally dead. Oh! Okay, it makes sense now. So the time in which Apollo needs to actually open the letter is after his 7 years are up, which I forget if they gave an exact timing, but would be at least a day from this. Granted, he's dead, so if he is dead, but then I guess if he's not, this game. Primary secrets. Am I allowed to open? Oh. I know I would. Well, I can't open it, I'm not allowed. I'm going to present this. Nope. Game. The game forgot how to game. I don't know who her mother is, do I? Okay, I do. I don't have the evidence. It was just like... I don't know. I'm gonna see, where else can I go? Wait, I do? Do I have the evidence to complete all of it, though? How do I have the evidence for this? I'm gonna take a drink. I have enough flavor in it. Wait. No! I didn't mean to do that. I do that every time? Hold on. I have an idea. Do I present her? I don't think I present the stamp yet, but I have the stamp. And I think it's this. But why? I still don't understand why he would give me that. Oh. Oh, I can't present profiles. Oh. But I can present this. Yep. Notebook page. How do I have the evidence for this? God! I hate you, Techie. I hate you, Techie. I didn't want to click that. At least it skips a lot faster in this game. My god. Wait, he has the locket on. How does he have the locket on? Oh. I don't like this guy. Actually, I think we've now proven his... I think we've proven his motive for, giving Phoenix Wright the false evidence. Because clearly he had no intention of getting out of there either way. Guilty or not guilty, he intended to disappear. So, given what he's just said, it seems like his goal was to actually purposefully make Phoenix Wright lose for a similar reason to this, which is that Phoenix Wright had a perfect record, and he went and ruined it. Except, I think in, that case with the samurais and the assassin named The Killer, Phoenix Wright technically didn't win, but that was a really weird case with a really weird ending. Piano Man. Oh, look at that. That wasn't Gavin, that was Kristoff. Just saying. See, they look the exact same. How are they not twins? I missed something, apparently. Who is in this cell? This doesn't look like a solitary. Oh. But... Alright, now I'm confused. Kristoff isn't solitary for some reason. Wait, hold on, I need to double check something. Oh, last name would be Gavin. My bad. I forgot. Names are weird. This is Kristoff Gavin. The other guy is other guy Gavin. Who does not appear to be in here. Why is he in solitary if this is before the murder? Okay, so this is in a different... This is in a different timeline. What the hell? Alright, so game says present day, then puts me right before the first trial. Then says present day and puts me after the trial. What the hell is this? Oh, I thought it would all take place in the same timeline. This is so dumb. I hate this. I hate the Mason system. I'm very disappointed that I came up with a theory for it which somehow made it true, because all my theories end up being at least partially true. How was Kristoff involved in... I'm confused. How was Kristoff involved in the case 7 years prior? Let me guess, I have to prove his reason why. Oh. So that's how he's involved, I guess? And I'm gonna guess that I have to prove why he did it. I don't know if I have the... These aren't red. Oh my god. I can't even do those. It doesn't give me the option. Because options are optional. So. Also, I just want to point out, that's a very comfortable looking chair he has. Ah. Well, good thing I started examining. Is that how he has the chair? This is inaccurate. There's no way that anyone would have this. Another point in which I point out the lack of attention to detail. I'll say this, Capcom did a really good job with these games, and some of the attention to detail is fantastic. Like, things that you wouldn't expect to see come up, and it's like there's just at some points an amazing amount of detail. And then you have things like this, where someone gives you something, you present it to them, and they're just like, I don't know anything about that, even though I literally just gave it to you. Like the letter of investigation or whatever that Detective Gumshoe gives you, or I got another one either today or yesterday. I think it was today. And then you have this. It's kind of surprising that at times it feels like the attention to detail is lacking. Like, even just a reminder that they gave it to you or why they gave it to you would be a really nice touch. You know, like, you get the letter of investigation from Detective Gumshoe. That's Rise from the Ashes. And, like, you present it to him, and he just repeats that you need to show it to a certain person in order to get access to the crime scene. I also love that something I forgot to bring up that I didn't really notice before in Rise from the Ashes is Detective Gumshoe gives you his ID to get into Gant's office. And Phoenix Wright, upon entering the office, gets startled by Detective Gumshoe because he just walks in and says, "Hey guys, I'm here now," and Phoenix Wright destroys his ID. Also, something else I've noticed is Detective Gumshoe gets fired off the force like at least twice. Once from Rise from the Ashes, in which he is told to turn in his badge, and then once in Trials and Tribulations towards the end, when he's fired for leaking evidence to Phoenix Wright. It's something. There's something else I was thinking about today, while determining what I was going to discuss. And it's that part of the reason why I pause is that this game doesn't lend itself to very deep thinking commentary. Like, you actually have to pay attention to the game. And it makes it very difficult to focus on anything else. There was some stuff I wanted to discuss that I then determined from yesterday's stream that it's very difficult to discuss some of those more important stuff I actually want to discuss, because I'd literally have to just stop playing since I can't focus on both, because I actually need to process what's being told. Oh. Wait. I just realized I have well, I have some evidence. I don't know if I need to do something with it. If I go back in time. Alright, this game's cheating. This is impossible. I'm time traveling. What's your thing? It was Kristoff, though. Her client was Kristoff. I'm certain of it. I think that's part of the theory I came up with from the first case, is actually the idea that Kristoff has been behind all of this all along. In fact, I'm pretty sure that I don't care if it's just a simulation. I thought that it was supposed to be a simulation of an accurate timeline of events. What the hell is the Mason system actually for? What is the purpose of the Mason system? It's useless. It's stupid and useless, and I hate it. But it's a very neat gimmick. Where the hell did I get this from? This is illogical. I shouldn't have this. I traveled into the past. The Mason system is dumb, and does it come up ever again after this game, because if not, I need to do a good bit of research on the Mason system to actually understand what I'm missing, because I feel like I'm missing something obvious. But if it does, then obviously I can't really go out and research it out of fear of spoiling future games, because this is an anti-spoiler thing. Okay, good. So after the game, I'm going to go look this up and try to figure it out, and I'll probably give an explanation in one of the future streams. Also reminded today because I've been working the case with the Nickel Samurai and the Jammin Ninja. I cannot for the life of me remember these case names. And I think it has one of my favorite parts in the entire series. You have a character with 4 psyche locks, and you present a single piece of evidence, and 3 of them break immediately, and then she talks for a bit, and then the 4th one just breaks. It is the easiest psyche lock break in the entire game. It is just so satisfying to present one piece of evidence and unlock all 4 locks at once. Practically at once. It's a, like, 20-second system right there, without skipping. Or with skip, I'm not sure. Anyway, it's really fun. It has the power. Oh, thank God, I'm so used to Trials and Tribulations having to actually open up the profiles page and having to balance between evidence and profiles, and it is annoying. Hey, I was right, it was Kristoff. God damn it, Kristoff. What is his end goal? There is something he's after, and I haven't figured it out yet. As Phoenix Wright has said, he's known Kristoff for 7 years and hasn't figured him out. I've known him for 2 or 3 weeks, and his motive is the issue. There is no known motive yet. We proved the motive, I'm sure, as I have to break his super psyche locks. His psycho locks. Crazy hair. I don't know, I think his hair is kind of cute, but that's just me. Yep. Wow. So, if the Mason system is a simulation, then does that mean that any of this is real? No, it can't be real, because that would be a contradiction in the timeline. It would be like, I don't know, any of the Metal Gear Solid past games. So the flashback games, like Metal Gear Solid 3 and 5, in which you screw up, especially 3, but in which you screw up the timeline by having someone who cannot die because they're supposed to be in a future game, and it's just like, paradox. It's one of the neatest effects of Metal Gear Solid 3. Just sitting there and seeing, like, I think that the paradox screen actually had a special effect on it. If you waited long enough, it would start to corrupt, and it was really neat, but I could be mixing it up with another game over screen from a different game. I don't know. Oh yeah, I don't have the badge. I should know this. I don't know, it seems like it's somewhat Alright, so I've completed that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this hasn't changed anything, so... If you hold the button, it glitches out like this and shows the arrows even though it shouldn't. Trilogy actually does the same thing if you hold the B button, and probably does the same thing if you hold onto the screen, but I typically play on keyboard controls. Nope, it won't let me save. Okay. I forgot what my shift key is, or not shift. Hold on, give me 1 second. My control shift, or what's select? I guess I never did. I guess I didn't configure this. Okay. So I have a feeling he's the last one I need to. I believe there's one more thing in the past. I forgot. This is not. This is not Trials and Tribulations. This is a different game. Different effects. I don't think I have the evidence. Oh. Huh. I was wrong. I think I needed the stamp, right? Actually, I might have needed the transfer of rights to do this. I'm shocked. Yeah, I have to be able to do this because I need to complete this in order to complete Zack's. In order to, at some point, complete what's-his-face, Kristoff's. In order to complete the Mason system and finally get back to the main game, which will probably take me to the last part of the last trial, and maybe someone at some point will explain this stupid Mason system to myself. Me, not myself. I can English goodly. I English goodly. Gooderly. Gooderly than anyone else. Oh. Did you say precisely whom did we shot? Yep, I was right. Lady whose name I refuse to pronounce because, much like someone else's name, I refuse to be wrong. What is it? Talassa? Thalassa? 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 I don't know. Eventually, one of these times I'm going to get it right. If I just keep looping through them all then approximately one, I think that was 6 pronunciations? Approximately 1/6 of the times I will be right. Alakazaa. I don't see how. I still don't see how. I guess that worked. Is it not a person? I thought it was a person. Oh, it is a person. I mean, I kind of figured it has to be. I've shown evidence up to this point. This is the first time the game has given me an option. Shoot, I missed the hint. Could be. Hmm. No? I legitimately don't know. God. I missed that. Oh. Yeah, I missed that. God, this game. Oh, it's gonna bother me for all of eternity. the twist? What was the twist? Oh. Now his death makes perfect sense. His death was parallel to that. And we'll never know whose bullet actually took his life, except I'm pretty sure that it was Zach's bullet. Just saying. Oh. And I guess that's it. See, this really seems like it's just, you know, a story about what happened to Phoenix Wright. But yet, some of it doesn't add up. Oh, good, good. We have new places to go visit. I forgot about these. I don't know why I thought I'd already done them. I guess past is done. I don't like him. That's an odd quote. Oh shoot, I didn't realize that we were going to get a new thing. Yes, when I think of having it all, I think of a little puppy with my money, fame, and women. That goes well with that, I guess. Personally, I prefer a cat and men, but still, a little puppy goes great with that. Can't see it, I started laughing at something that I did there. Probably pretty obvious what I did. It's not even that funny, but that was great. Just slip that in, why don't I? You know, I've been thinking, and I think that the person who created the Mason system deserves a boot to the head. You know what? No, that's not enough. He deserves my whole vast boot to the head. It's kind of sad I didn't start with that, because that would have been much better than having to go back and repeat the joke just so I can fix my mistake. Silly me. I know what I'm doing, totally. So he really did physically punch him. This is worse than finding out that, Wendy Oldbag, one of the people from Trilogy, technically only the first two because she only appears by name in the third, which is great. My favorite part of the third game is the fact that she doesn't appear. Anyway, something I noticed while playing through the final case for Trials and Tribulations is that she just offhanded, and I haven't seen anything about this, but she literally just openly admits to child endangerment and assault and battery. When she goes on a rant about how people don't listen and children these days don't listen, and now there's a bridge that's out. And so the child responds, "That's okay, I'll just go on the part that's in." And she kicks him off the bridge. And she just says, "I kicked him off the bridge." And just no one. We all just choose to ignore the fact that that's... I don't care if the bridge is, say, not very high over a river, or even if the river isn't that deep, or if the fall isn't that far. That's still kicking a child off the bridge. Which is just ridiculous. That's at least assault and battery, and I'd put that under child endangerment as well. But, you know, let's ignore the fact that she breaks the law. I want to say a couple of times, actually. But specifically that. That right there just caught me off guard. I've taken actually trying to read her rants and get some crazy stuff there. And you just get that she openly admits that she kicked a child off of a bridge. A broken bridge. That also makes sense. Oh. Oh my god, I didn't think about that. So Troop Gramarye hasn't performed in 7 years due to the performance rights by Magnifi. And if that's the case, then Valant is waiting for his right to perform? And so now I've given those rights to Trucy, so on the day of his performance, Trucy's going to have the rights. This is creating a huge mess. Someone said this was okay. Someone in universe had to sit back and say, this is okay, this is a good thing to do. Can we think of a better way to phrase this? Because that's inappropriate. Come to think of it, with Twitch's new terms of service being that, granted, my knowledge is from 6 months ago, so I don't really know what the current terms of service are, and I really need to do some research on this at some point. Am I actually allowed to play this? Because this music is licensed, and I know that under Twitch's rules that they had rolled out 6 months ago, you weren't allowed to play any licensed music, show any licensed music, in any form, unless you either had permission or were the owner of that music. Also, they had a clause on cover art, which is, or cover music, I don't know, cover music, yeah, which I thought was interesting, in that it outright said you have to perform it, in order for cover music to be allowed, it has to be performed close to the original author's version, which is a weird thing because that kind of defeats the purpose of a cover. And this part I'm okay with. All the music has to be done by you. You cannot use any original music. So you'd have to go back and custom record everything. And that's the only way that you can do that. And just the rules are insane, and I get it. It's a legal thing. It's Twitch trying to cover their asses in the event of a lawsuit. They have something to back up. But, I don't know, it just seems a little too strict. Not that I do too much with music, because I don't stream long enough to really have a break time, and I don't have music to play during that break. I wouldn't play music, most likely. So, I mean, I don't know, it just seems kind of ridiculous, but I do need to look into it before I can give a full opinion. And like I said, I can't really focus on the game and discuss this, so I can only do stuff in small amounts so that I don't just forget the game completely. I don't know, I mean, between YouTube and Twitch, Vinny made an excellent point. There's no real way to get around this. You know, he made a comment that I thought was actually well thought out, which was the idea that the way that you show that you don't support this is you move to a different platform, which is why I stream to Twitch, and am primarily Twitch, but I do stream to YouTube at the same time, but I'd rather you go to the Twitch channel. But the thing is, if everyone went from Twitch to some rival platform, then that rival platform would create the exact same rules. Because once you reach a certain point, once you have enough publicity, it puts you at risk for lawsuits. So, it's really made me think that we live in a world where we're screwed no matter what. You can't win by doing what we would expect to do in order to show that we don't support something. Because normally, the thing is, to show you don't support something, you boycott it. You just stop. You get enough people doing that, and they'll start noticing that, you know, people don't approve. But if it's something like involving copyright laws, then just jumping from Twitch to, say, Smashcast, well, that's great until Smashcast reaches a point where they have to put up the same rules in order to protect themselves from lawsuits, and then it really comes down to, it's not the platform itself, it's the legal system behind everything. And it's just insane and impossible to change any of these things. Maybe it's not impossible, I am a pessimist at times. I like to think I'm a realist, but a realist is just what a pessimist calls himself, to hide the fact that he's a pessimist. And honestly, it's reached a point where I don't know. I don't know what to do, I can't think of what to do, and I'm not a very good leader at all. So I sit here and I play games, and I see where things go, and I tumble with the punches, because rolling is too cool. what I do cannot be considered rolling. Because I'm not very accepting of things. Something goes wrong and I'm very outspoken about the fact that I disapprove, but what can you do? Wait. I can't present profiles. What does he know about this? Do I have everything I need? I'm missing something. Oh. Okay, so yes, I do have what I need. Not examine, you piece of crap, although... maybe. It seems like documentation of everything Wright did after losing his attorney's badge. And then some time travel paradox crap. Ow! I'm ready to be out of liquid. You know, this stuff dries out my mouth more than it helps quench my thirst. It makes a lot of noise. Put the lid back on. Oh no, it was Valent, wasn't it? Never mind. Oh good. I have a thing. Don't let people talk you into getting something you don't want. I should have just gotten a plain drink. Bigger and bigger. Yeah. Phoenix is on the same page. Well, wait, hold on. This wouldn't work though, because this means that Phoenix Wright knew what the secret was. But the only way he'd know is to time travel. This is just cheating. None of this is real. This is... nothing in the past 7 years is real, and this game is just a simulation. It's Metal Gear Solid 2. The theory that Metal Gear Solid 2 is actually entirely a simulation and never really happened, even though Metal Gear Solid 4 obviously disproves that. So Raiden comes back in Metal Gear Solid 4, and all of the events of Metal Gear Solid 2 are referenced in that, which means that it couldn't have been a simulation and it had to have been real. Albeit parts of it are simulation-y. I really want to go back and play those games. Probably not Metal Gear Solid 1, that game's just a pain. I don't know, I kind of want to watch, or not watch, I kind of want to play the GameCube version, because I've heard it's really bad. The remake was not done well. Although I think they did make it easier, but the issue is that the remake only exists on GameCube, and I don't own it. And I don't own a GameCube either, anymore. I used to. I want one, again. I loved the GameCube. Too bad it didn't... I don't know, I've heard mixed feedback on it. GameCube apparently didn't do terribly well, but it didn't do poorly either. I think it's just... much like how Zune failed, GameCube was not released at the right time. It couldn't compete. Maybe if it were a 64-bit system, Nintendo releases N64, a 64-bit system. The successor to the N64, the GameCube, is a much more powerful system, but it's 32-bit. I don't actually think making it 64-bit would have really done anything. I think it's just marketing. I think it's between marketing and the excitement for... I want to say GameCube would have been Xbox and PS2. I think Xbox 360 and PS3, I think were same. You need 64 bits. You need it. You need that much power. Imagine how much greater. Yes, but alright. So number one, imagine how much better the graphics of Metroid Prime would have been on a 64-bit system with more RAM. But seriously. Yes, Xbox was 32-bit. And I think it was Xbox and PS2 at the same time, and PS3 and Xbox 360, then PS4 and Xbox One. But still, if it were a 64-bit system, it probably could have competed a little bit better. But really, I think it comes down to an issue that Nintendo has had a lot, which is marketing. They're not very... Sometimes they fail at marketing, but then I look at some of the commercials for PS1 and 2, and it's just creepy. And I'm shocked that Sony did so well with a system where the commercial was a really creepy thing. I don't remember what it was. Anyway. Yeah, it's just... timing is everything. Timing and marketing is everything. Alright, so I have this. What do I do with it? I don't know, might be able to unlock this? I must be magical. I made something disappear. It is gone now. Gone forever. Never to be seen or heard from again. I thought it was an object, so heard from. Alright, I think I have all the knowledge and evidence. It needs to melt more. It's not hot enough to melt all the way. Thing hurts to drink. I wonder, could I? Oh, you know what? I did have the evidence, I just didn't have the knowledge to present it. Although, there have been times in the games where you have to examine evidence before you can present it, otherwise the game won't let you. Where, you know, you have to go off and do stuff to unlock progression in the game, so it wouldn't surprise me if the game actually locked you out of it. It really is gone. Lost my screwdriver. Oh, nope, I don't have the evidence. I can't do this because I don't actually have the evidence for this person, and I did everything in the past, right? Wait. Ah, I can go back. I didn't think I could go back. Don't? I don't have the person. Wait. No. No. No, that's impossible. The time doesn't add up. It can't be her. I refuse to believe this. But that's not... But Trucy's power is to see... Unless... No? I don't... Oh. Alright, the timeline makes even less sense. Phoenix, right? Forgets Apollo Justice's name. No! The timeline doesn't add up. There's too many years difference. I think it doesn't, because I don't think that they gave us a full timeline. That ring does look familiar. Bracelets, rings, bracelet rings, ringlets, bracings. I don't know, I'm running out of words. Wait, that unlocked both of them? I only presented 2 pieces of evidence, it should have unlocked one at a time. Well, now that is a shock. But what about Trilogy? But Trilogy doesn't... I don't have any photos of Trilogy. Okay, once again, I'm forced to point out the contradictions here. Phoenix Wright has to time travel in order for any of this to make sense. And yet there's one thing made painfully clear. Phoenix knew all of this before the trial. Phoenix Wright knew Apollo's power before Apollo's first trial and the first time that Apollo uses his power. But the only way that works is time travel. So none of this makes sense. He couldn't know that Apollo has the power to tell Apollo he has the power without the ability to travel from the last case back to the first case. Before the first case even, to talk to this dead guy and get the information which required him to pull information from stuff that he didn't find until later. No, the Mason system, this game makes no sense. This is crazy. Ah. Are we sure that this is the truth? So, in essence, it was either Zack gets... That's a very interesting thing. So, he intended to give Zack the performance rights no matter what. Or I guess only if Zack didn't kill him. Otherwise, no one gets it. So, the only person who could have gotten it was Zack. Interesting. Yep. I already mentioned that, I think. Being a part of all of this, it's like... Valiant knows that he gets the performance rights. He's timed it so perfectly. So the only solution is we open the letter and find out that Trucy is the one who actually gets the performance rights. And I guess can put a stop to the show, even though there's no reason to. Interesting. Well, there's only one place left to go. I'm even more convinced that that sequence in particular runs at 30 FPS. I'd say feel free to run some tests, but I'm not really sure what you could do. I mean, it looks and sounds like it's running slower than the rest of the game, and it looks like it does lock at 30. But it could just be that the emulator sucks. Oh, my bad. Turns out you can't actually say emulator on Twitch. I knew that too. I've known that for a while, but I kind of thought it was just like something you're not supposed to say, but I'm pretty sure that it is like an illegal word on Twitch for some reason. Could just be that Citra is weirdly accurate in how laggy that sequence is, but I think it's just locked at 30. This is impossible. You couldn't have talked to them. You couldn't have talked to them because they're dead. I need to shave. Huh. I can rub up against my mic and it doesn't actually trigger. I believe I can do this. Still trying to get this drink to melt. At least enough that I don't end up with flavorless ice. Not that it has a lot of flavor to begin with. I might have drank out most of the flavor. Ejection. He doesn't look happy. We go. Did I just break both of them? No, because I have a piece of evidence. Yep. Again, none of this makes any sense. This should not happen. Actually, most of that conversation works out. Him giving me this could have happened, but in order for me to get this, I had to break the psyche locks, which required me to go into the future and gather some information about Trucy's mother, which couldn't have happened because in order to do that, I needed to do that in order to get this. So, time travel. Am I overthinking this? Nah. How close am I to being to the end, Techie? I don't really want to go over I'm tired enough as is, and I don't get any better. But that's impossible. That's illegal. Oh. I'm dumb. I was trying to come up with this huge plot twist that the crazy lady whose name I refuse to pronounce shot him. But no, that was too crazy. Even for this game's level of insanity that is the Mason system, that I need to go back and research because it's dumb. Oh, this is so annoying. Wait, so Valent knew that it was a suicide, and yet he still tried to... But why? And that would be why. Wow. So in essence, what I proved in court, using forged evidence and other stuff, could have been true, but just so happened to not be true. Please help him if you can. Nah, I'm just gonna frame him. In 7 long years. So I was half right. Oh my god, so he's Adrian Andrews. He's literally just Adrian Andrews. Faking the crime scene in order to pin it on someone else, except unlike her, it wasn't Zach who killed Meganifi. Not even through, like, I forget what you'd call it, but like, you know, in that case, it was Matt? Yeah, I think it was Matt on guard hired an assassin to kill the Jamma Ninja. Names escape me. And Adrian Andrews is trying to frame him for that. But this wasn't like that. It's not like either of them were actually that connected to the murder. So that's interesting. guess... Well, now he reveals the plot twist. Maybe it wasn't suicide. Maybe she never died and she killed him for blackmailing Zack. That's the motive. Good, we're gonna lose everyone now. He has 5 psyche locks. But I have plenty of chances. I have a full bar, I'm good. Oh. Right. I forgot about this, it's been so long. So Christoph Gavin actually killed 2 people. Hello, Gavin. Christoph. Can I steal your stuff? The timing is confusing now. This is after that trial? Or during that trial? Whoa, what? I never unlocked them. I never did unlock those psyche locks. Hello, Phoenix Wright. Ace X Attorney. That's not how it works! Alright, well, I guess we're going into the ending. I'm sad. Still, it's illogical. I had to click. This is an interesting case. That doesn't taste very good anymore. I'm sad. Never tasted that good to begin with, and I hate them. Cheaper than a milkshake, though. Alright, remind me, Techie. How did she get poisoned? I don't remember how she got poisoned, but let me check my court record. Wait. Oh. So I have this. And I can't open it. But I guess it's evidence. It's illegal evidence. We're using illegal evidence again. See, it was Apollo. I still don't know how she poisoned herself biting her nails. I'm so... I'm gonna go and restart from the start. Oh, okay. Gonna show who. Damn. Double penalty. Can I present the judge? I'd like to give whoever made that a hand. Oh, he's married. I didn't know that. Wait a minute. But he wasn't married during the Ace Attorney Trilogy, so he got married sometime in the 7-year time span. On the timeline, does it give an exact date to when he got married? But when did he mention he had a grandchild? Because in either Ace Attorney 1 or Ace Attorney 2, I can't remember which one, he makes a comment that makes it seem like he's looking for a partner, which would imply he's not married. Oh, he looks unhappy. Alright. So we'll have Prosecutor Gavin and Prisoner Gavin, but isn't this a conflict of interest? I move that we bring Miles Edgeworth in as prosecutor. 10 hours later, as we wait for him to appear. Oh, hi, Kristoff. Cute as always, I see. I don't know if cute's the right word. She isn't dead yet. By him. Again. I have the letter. My respect for you has declined in the fact that you used this format of a sentence. At the same time, you used this format of a sentence and I respect you for it, therefore my respect level remains unchanged. I should add a respect level meter. Eh. How do I present this? Yeah, I still haven't figured out his motive. I don't think it's this one. I don't think it's this one. don't see anything. Unless I need to press. It might be worth it to start pressing. I'm glad I pressed. Oh no, I'm running out of time. Ugh. Running out of time. I don't want to stop here. Objection? I still haven't mentioned this because I looked over and checked the time and realized that I was running out of time. Anything? I don't see anything. There's... You know what? I'm going to go past the time. I think I'm close enough to the end that I can do this in like 30 minutes. So I'll do it. I have nothing better to do. My mic is picking up random crap. I don't know what. Have I mentioned the brand name gavel yet? The judge says brand name gavel. How many brands make gavels? Whoa, game. I don't know what to do here. I haven't seen anything. I'm gonna try this one again. Whoa, what is that? Oh. More clues. I saw it. Oh, that is sneaky. But I saw it. Gotcha. It was you. So, you know, I just have evidence I probably shouldn't have. Illegal evidence. No, he's killed 3 people. My bad. I think earlier I said that Kristoff is, Kristoff killed 2 people, but he actually did kill 3 people. Drew Measham was, I don't think, ever his intended argument, or not argument, wow, intended victim. Maybe it was intended. That is true, and I don't think Drew Measham was ever meant to be. I don't think Drew Measham was ever meant to be the victim. I don't think he was ever a target. And yes, I've decided I'm going to keep going. What? This is a plot twist to rival the plot twist of Miles Edgeworth assisting Phoenix Wright in finding the killer guilty of the killering. He's right though. Javier is right. This is a bluff. No one knows his motive. There's only one thing I can think of. So I'm guessing this is also how Phoenix Wright gets his badge back. That was really fast. Correct. Why are we getting the objection song? This is objection, right? I'm pretty sure this is objection. This is not cornered, so this has to be objection. pursuit and objection actually different? I thought that pursuit and objection were the same name. This coming from the name of, oh, what's the name? Smooth McGroove's Objection 2002 theme, which I'm pretty sure is not cornered. I think pursuit and objection are the same. Or is it? Where's pursuit cornered? Ugh, the naming is just annoying. And it's hard to prove because the names are all Japanese. Let me begin by denying this.
Objection!
Uh-oh. Got another objection. I do.
Objection! Objection!
He's right, he hasn't. Is that a reference to the penalty you get? I know that there is a point in, I think it's Ace Attorney 2. I think it's the last case of Trials and Tribulations, because I think I had this today, where he gives you a full bar of penalty to call a witness. And if you do not call the right witness, you instantly lose. But this might be a reference to the time when you, and I really tried to do this, but I failed to do it, and I'm really upset with myself that I failed that case. It's not even a difficult case. But there's actually a point where you can accuse the judge of hiding a murder weapon, and he gives you a penalty. And then gives you a second penalty on top of that, and it drops you really low.
Take that! Objection!
Great, so Phoenix Wright is forging evidence. Uh-oh. Objection. We didn't get a black screen of objection?
Objection!
Oh my god, now he objects. My favorite character. Well, I'm out of liquid now. Sorry, just double checking some. Well then. So then the question becomes, who told it? Yep. I didn't think that Clavier was going to turn out to be the bad guy. I still don't know the motive. Nice comeback. This has gone on for quite a while. And I'm really tired. Oh. Wait, really? I've presented all the evidence? Spoilers? Ban. Permaban. Demodified. I guess we're at the end. Wait. His motive was because... His motive was because Zack didn't choose him as his defense attorney? This is the dumbest motive I've ever seen. Oh. I mean, yeah. I didn't expect this, although I kind of suspected mildly that Kristoff was behind all of this. I just didn't see this. Of course she knew. She's Trucy, she knows everything. It makes a lot of sense. I'm shocked. I just want to point something out. She had that nail polish for 7 years. 7 years! And she still had some left. Wow. Unless she only used it when she was planning on going outside. I don't know. Silence. No, because you have a super comfy chair. It sounds accurate, though.
Objection!
We have no proof of this.
Objection! Objection! Objection!
Oh good, we get his really weird objection. I should have seen that coming. Everyone killed everyone in the end. Oh my god. For 7 years. Phoenix Wright knew from the start, I'm absolutely certain. The start of the jurist system was meant to be Kristoff's downfall. My original idea that he did this case as it was related to his case 7 years prior in which he lost his attorney's badge was accurate. That much was proven from the first case, actually. Some of the stuff he mentioned. Because he mentions that he's working on the jurist system at that point. That he has been working on it and is working to make a change. There's a lot of insinuation throughout this that Phoenix Wright has been trying to prove Kristoff from the start. And I think it's to get his attorney's badge back, actually, but you know. This guy's a jerk. You failed, Kristoff. And it's disappointing. Can we take this as a confession? I'm 30 minutes late. I I do have to sleep at some point. I feel kind of bad for him now. Phoenix Wright did that, so I feel really bad for how this ended. He may be a terrible, terrible person with a really weird motive. Well then. I don't like this. Becky. I can't save. I can't save. I want to save. Hold on. Citra doesn't have... I want to see both endings. Citra doesn't have a save state button. Also, this section is also locked at 30. I wonder if it's locked at 30 because of the background. I'm sad. I'm not going back to do this. I'm done with this game. I probably won't come back and revisit this game. Not for quite a while, at least. I'm displeased. I'm scared. I wanted to see that. Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, this is literally just Phoenix Wright's hospital room. You know, it pains me to say this, but for the next week I will be taking a break from Ace Attorney and looking into some other games. In fact, I'm considering something special for tomorrow. But, you know, you'll just have to wait and see what happens tomorrow. You know, that's kind of an awkward thing to say, Apollo. Oh. Oh my god. Now this is a shock. How did I not notice that? Well, I guess Seeing the two pictures side by side, I probably would have figured it out, but it's the fact that there's been such a large gap and I have a bad memory. I can't believe I didn't notice. Actually, I can believe I didn't notice. It's not that surprising to me. So, you actually play as that is correct, but you do see her hair. And if you pay attention to the two pictures, you actually see that I believe that they have the exact same weird hair thingies. Where's my phone? There it is. Well shit, someone is hacking my email right now. I'll finish this up and then take care of that. Two-factor authentication, it's important. On PayPal. Who's trying to access my account? Because it's not me, I'm streaming. Objection? Alright, so it doesn't look like they know my password. It just looks like they were trying to get my password somehow. I wasn't reading. I missed something. Wait, am I allowed to play this? It's against Twitch's rule. Alright, so now we have 5 minutes of this, then I can go to bed. Oh no. These credits are too powerful. Citra doesn't like it. I guess I will spend the next week configuring everything for streaming directly off the 2DS XL. You know, I will say this, Apollo Justice wasn't originally a 3D game, was it? Or it wasn't originally a 3DS game? Well, we know that he becomes an attorney again. There's 2 more games, and he's in one of them. Huh. I'm actually surprised that this did well on the DS, considering that the DS's 3D capabilities were not that good. She's gone crazy. But yeah, having had some 3D DS games, the DS was not a very powerful device. And it didn't do 3D very well. I'm looking at you. I guess that makes sense, yeah. I know that this is a remaster of the game. So I guess that they redid the models. They'd have to be. the first the first 3D DS game that comes to my mind is I think it was just Transformers. The original DS Transformers games, Autobots and Decepticons. And they were terrible in terms of graphics. Or the Lego games. Lego games were... That's true. Lego games in general for handheld consoles have always looked really bad. Think about the DS, and the DS didn't have a lot of good 3D games that looked good. The DS was not a very powerful device, and probably shouldn't have been used for 3D. That is true, Super Mario 64 DS. Granted, Super Mario 64 DS I'm pretty sure still uses the low poly models from Super Mario 64. Although Metroid Prime Hunters doesn't look terrible, but it does not look great. But then I think the Hunters still looks better than Transformers. War for Cybertron on the DS didn't look... I guess they got higher poly, but from what I played, it still looked pretty low poly. God, I hate that because it ruins the sound of the music in the background. I think War for Cybertron, which I think was a later DS game, that one didn't look terrible either. Granted, it also didn't seem to have a lot of stuff on the screen at once. I haven't even been reading these. I don't care enough. I don't really like the credit sequences for these games. Yeah, see, she has the same things in her hair, and you probably could have figured that out just based on that. So, do we unlock the image gallery? I'm just kidding, I don't think this game has an image gallery. That's what these games need. They need an evidence gallery. I was thinking about that. I was thinking that there had to be something else they had in common, but I didn't really pay attention. We need an evidence gallery that just lets you look at all the evidence in the game. This is why I never got into art. I never know what to make. I feel so bad for her. Her father is dead. Wait a minute, she's 18? I forget how old. I looked it up to try to figure out some, because I thought that she was the secret child. I guess it makes more sense that Apollo is, because they both have very similar powers. But Trucy has some magical ability to actually notice things, even without the bracelet. So that's it? Wait. Wow. I didn't realize, yes, but she also did it in the courtroom. Or, Actually, did she do it in the courtroom? Phoenix Wright did it in the courtroom. That's really confusing. Anyways, so this accidentally went on for 3 hours. Just as well. I wouldn't have had anything to do for the last hour and 10 minutes as it would have taken me to complete this. And all of it was just text. That would have been a really boring stream. Also, so okay. Once you complete the game, you lose the option to skip all text. I guess because all text has been unlocked, so it just sets that to all text can be skipped. So we're gonna play it in Japanese next. Gonna learn some Japanese. That'll go great. I'll learn the word for snacku. But for real, I mean, there's nothing left to do. So week-long break, probably next Monday, I'll come back with Dual Destinies and continue the series from there. As for now, thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. If you have, rating would be very much appreciated. If you missed any of the streams, you can catch them on YouTube from Multi-Dark Samus's, where all the VODs are uploaded immediately after streaming. And also the VODs are on Twitch. I need to go through and see if my VODs actually get muted on Twitch. They might. I don't really know how that works. And for stream notifications, follow me on Twitter, I guess. But in general, I usually stream every weekday. Now from 8 to 10 at night, Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, I think that's it, so see you next mission.